Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
You're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired. Everybody's fired. This whole organization is fired. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all of your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19, the Indiana Fever, the organization determined to believe that they are Apple, that they do not need Caitlin Clark, has dropped another game to another team sitting below them in the standings. A team that a lot of people said, like the Dallas Wings, was actually tanking because of their trade of Brittany Sykes. Well, it turns out they're good enough to beat the Indiana Fever. And of course, we are talking about the Washington Mystics and Sonia Citron, the leader for Rookie of the Year, if we are being honest, but I don't think that that's something we do with the WNBA and its and its media. Okay, let's talk about this one a little bit and talk about what this means for the rest of the season, because the Indiana Fever are playing with fire. As you can see, they dropped an 88-84 decision to the Washington Mystics, got destroyed in the second half. All right, not destroyed, but they got outscored by 9 points in the second half. They lost the third quarter. I mean, let's be fair. They lost the second quarter as well. The second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter. The only quarter they won is they got out to a decent shooting start early in the game. And that was it for the Indiana Fever. We have some odd things going on here. Natasha Howard was terrible. And by the way, I just want to point out, this is a big issue with Natasha Howard. She does have some monster games, but she is incredibly inconsistent. I don't know if that's because she's 35. I think she's 35. No, she's younger than that. She seems so much older. She's been around a while, but I don't know if that's an age thing. But Natasha Howard played 26 minutes, folks, and grabbed one rebound, and that was offensive. And a lot of times that's just being in the right place at the right time for a ball that kicks to you. She did not clear a single defensive rebound. In fact, the team didn't rebound. Aaliyah Boston had 9. After that, Lexi Hull was second on the team with 5 rebounds. That should not happen. Kelsey Mitchell had another monster game. Just kidding. Now, she did toss out 9 assists. I get it. But you know what? In playing 33 of the 40 minutes and in a game in which they only lost by 4, Kelsey Mitchell was minus 12. She shot 6 for 19, 1 of 6 for 3, passed up, despite the nine assists, passed up some open teammates for bad shots, missed layups again. Sophie Cunningham, look, she does. I don't know if it's Stephanie White and the system they are running, or if it's a system, but they simply do not get the ball to an open Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham needs to be taking more than 6 shots. She was +1, by the way, for the game that they lost in 28 minutes, 2 of 4 from 3. Lexi Hull was solid. I know a lot of people are down on her team. Like anytime she can't make a 3, they want to crucify her, but she did a lot of other things well. 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 of 8 from field. When you're 1 for 4 from 3, that's not too bad. That means you're 2 of 4 from 2-point range. Dantas has issues. She seems slower than last year when she got her back from injury and played herself into shape. She seemed to be much quicker than what I've been seeing from her since she got back from her international break. But she shot well. Defensively, she's definitely a liability, but she shot well. 4 of 6, 2 of 4 from 3. So she's got that back and +4. Nice to see Michaela Timpson get on the court. She was solid. I'm telling you, if Michaela Timpson, even if it was 5, 6, 7 minutes, if she had been consistently in the rotation from day one, this would be a different Fever team, even without Caitlin Clark. This would be a different female. That was a bad coaching decision. Speaking of bad coaching decisions, Chloe Bibby, DNP, folks, did not play. Coaches decision, and a lot of people are wondering why. And I know I'm going to hear something, oh, well, she struggled defensively. Again, Dantas played. Natasha Howard has been an absolute sieve defensively. Kelsey Mitchell is not a good defender. Aaliyah Boston comes and goes. This is not a good defensive team, and White is not a good defensive coach, despite everyone trying to give her the reputation of a defensive-minded coach. She is not. She inherited a physical, bully ball, defensive-minded team at Connecticut, but she is not a defensive coach. Again, the only time she's ever been anywhere where she didn't inherit a great team was Vanderbilt, and she was absolutely horrendous at Vanderbilt. Players fled. She was like 43-81 or something like that. She has never had to prove herself as a coach. She's just been handed things. This, man, I don't know if I've ever seen. Well, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure there are some. Bud Light comes to mind. Comes to mind right now. But I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever seen a marketing slogan backfire so tremendously. The Indiana Fever organization, the front office, the coach, their arrogance is only met by their incompetence. Now you know. But this is not good, folks. I just don't get it. They got smacked up the side the head, put in timeout by a team that we kind of enjoyed watching last year. That's who the Washington Mystics have reminded me of with how young they are in their youth and everything was the Indiana Fever last year post break. Remember they were the youngest team in the league and they decided, "Hey, you know what we're going to do in the offseason? We're going to get a bunch of old, washed up, out of shape, can't play anymore activists and go old school WNBA because hey, Amber Cox is old school WNBA, Kelly Kroskoff's old school WNBA, Stephanie White old school WNBA. I don't know why we expected different from the Fever. Of course, this is what they were going to do. They went and became like this from the youngest to like the second or third oldest team in the WNBA, and it shows. The only player on, well, I shouldn't say only, Lexi Hall gives it too, but Lexi Hall doesn't have that edge to her. She plays hard. 100% effort all that time. Sophie Cunningham does that and also brings this little bit of edge that, you know what? Maybe don't piss her off because you're not sure how she's going to react and she will take it to another level if she feels it is necessary. But yeah, we were told over and over again, experience was the path to victory. Now, as I kept saying, that is nonsense. That's just one of those sayings that's been said so much. A lot of people believe it. But again, I'll point to the Eagles' youngest defense in the NFL last year, best defense in the NFL last year, Super Bowl champion defense in the NFL last year. Yes, and there are moments when you can say a player's experience is helpful, but no, experience, getting someone because they were on a championship team is stupid. It tells me you do not know what you are doing. This is absolutely wild. But yeah, they told us that the experience was the only path to victory, and that seems a little bit ironic right now. Why? And look, I'm mixed feelings of Odyssey Sims. She showed that what she can do offensively. She did. Also had some assists where people were saying she's shooting too much. But in a way, yeah, I agree. Coming in, taking 10 shots when you've got Cunningham taking 6, Lexi Hull taking 8. I don't know if that's where you want to go with. She did have 3 assists and a couple rebounds. She had more rebounds than Natasha Howard. Had as many rebounds as Damiris Dantas. Had more rebounds than Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell didn't have a freaking rebound, not one. Wow. But I don't know if Odyssey Sims playing 26 minutes and Sophie Cunningham only playing 28 and Boston playing 27, who was not in foul trouble, by the way. And then you've got Chloe Bibby not playing at all is kind of wild. But let me see. I don't know if I can show this to you. I'm going to give it a try. Just because this is wild. This is what the Indiana Fever have not had, folks. This is the end of the shot clock. Washington is up 69-68. Lexi Hull is playing quality defense, if you can see that. And this is just an insane chuck up by Citron, by absolute Citron, and nothing but net. And the Fever just simply have not had that for their team. This was fantastic as well. If you can see this, let me see. I love seeing this. And again, this goes back to what I said about Maybe Michaela Timpson, even if it was 6, 7, 8 minutes, should have been in the rotation from day one and then bring her along to where now she's experienced. She feels comfortable in the offense and the defense. She's maybe playing 20 minutes a game consistently. There's only 1 second on the shot clock, folks. That's kind of actually what you had to do, and they made it happen. I think I had a couple more I wanted to go through. Oh, I just want to listen to this because there's some interesting things that Sophie Cunningham has to say in here that we're going to talk about. All right, let's get this dialed up.
Yeah, we got to get it going. We're just playing slow, playing a little bit sloppy. They're outworking us, and that's just not part of our DNA. So we got to pick it up on the defensive end and stay on our front foot on the offensive end.
Yeah, Mystics had a strong end to the second half, strong start to the third quarter. How do you get that momentum back?
Yeah, I mean, they're a young team. They're good. They have a lot of fight to them, but it's on us to be aggressive. We're just not right now, and it's hurting us. Yeah, we got to get it going.
So what I got out of that is, as some of us have said before, the team is soft. She talked about the effort that's not in our DNA. Sophie, it seems to be in the DNA. Maybe it's not in your DNA, but it seems to be in the DNA of this team that the aggressiveness isn't there, that the heart isn't there for this team other than a few players, and that is simply not enough. That is not enough. Um, wait, not this. Let me see. Oh, is this it? Let me see. Hold on. I want to show you. All right, here it is. I got it. I got it. This one's better. So this is Lexi Hull, and I just wanted to show you this shot for a reason again, and we're going to talk about the coaching. Dude, are you kidding me? That's as good as it gets. Lexi Hull has a bag, but she is not allowed to use it, it seems. Now, I get sometimes it seems that it's a confidence thing with Lexi Hull, but I also think it is a team thing with Stephanie White. She does not run. What is the offense? Can you all tell me? I keep hearing about this motion offense that Stephanie White has, but I still haven't really seen it. There's a lot of handoffs that don't get anywhere and then players have to create. She seems perfectly fine with Natasha Howard or Kelsey Mitchell dribbling around and dribbling in circles and being a black hole with the ball and never giving the ball to anyone else. But I don't know if that's how you're going to win games. It just doesn't make sense to me. But look, this Fever team without Caitlin Clark has zero identity and zero leadership. This is a headless horse right now. The front office is completely unserious. The coaching staff has no idea what to do, and it cannot elevate this team to be better than it has been playing. They need Caitlin Clark to come back. The Fever could very well miss the playoffs, and we'll get to that in a second. And one thing, I want to go back to Kelsey Mitchell because it really seems like Stephanie White has tried to make Kelsey Mitchell a leader and put that kind of pressure on her. And again, Kelsey Mitchell, I keep saying it, fantastic shooting guard. A lot of the rest of their game is limited, but that doesn't matter when Caitlin Clark is out there. But she is not a leader. Leaders happen naturally, folks. You don't get appointed in a sport environment. You don't get appointed a leader. It seems to me actually that I would say Sophie Cunningham seems more to be a leader for this team than Kelsey Mitchell. And what I was started to say when I got into this, if we go back early in the season, real early in the season, when Kelsey Mitchell talked about how much she liked having Dewana Bonner here and how much that meant to her to have that veteran leadership. And you might remember that video. I thought I was like, Kelsey Mitchell, you're in your 8th season. You are the veteran. But that just shows you where Kelsey Mitchell's mentality is. And she's not a leader. And that's not a knock on Kelsey Mitchell. Very few players, very few people are, but that is not a good thing for the coach to try and put her in that role. Man, can we talk about Stephanie White in halftime? What if you watched the game? What were the adjustments? Why do they always come out worse for the second half instead of better? What is the speech at halftime? Hey, all those great things you did in the first half, now stop it. We can't be having that in the second half. We got to lead the blow. Like, what are we doing? If you start playing well, you start hitting some shots, I'm going to bench you. I am not going to allow a hot hand to stay hot. We will not have that on this team. Do you understand me? It, it's absolutely absurd the way she handles things. I do not understand how this woman ever got a head coaching job. ever, anywhere. Absolutely absurd. You cannot justify, I don't care what she says, you cannot justify Chloe Bibby not getting off the bench and Odyssey Sims playing 26 minutes. You cannot justify it. And Kelsey Mitchell playing 33 minutes and shooting 6 of 19, and you continue to go to her. You cannot justify it. Folks, this is absolute. Remember, not all that long ago, I talked about how it was possible to get up to a 2 seed, not just for the Fever, but for a bunch of teams in the middle, how close they were. This team, if it doesn't right the ship and do it quickly, won't even make the playoffs. They are down at number 7 now. Now, I believe they have the tiebreaker against Seattle, who's in the 8th spot, only a game behind them, by the way. And I believe they have the tiebreaker against Golden State Valkyries, who are half a game ahead of them. But it's the Fever who have played one more game. So Golden State can solidify that with a victory and move a game ahead. And here's the real kicker, though. Go down just a little bit. That is the Los Angeles Sparks, 7-3 in their last 10. Sitting at 16 and 17, a game and a half behind the Fever, again, with a game in hand like Golden State. LA's only played 33. Fever played 34. So if that extra game, LA wins that extra game, they are sitting one game behind the Indiana Fever, which is where they are in the loss column. So again, a win for them solidifies it. They're only a game out. A win for Golden State solidifies it. They become a game ahead of Indiana. The Indiana Fever and the Mystics, everyone thought they were tanking, but now they're 15 and 18. They're only a game behind the Sparks. So things are heating up. Things are getting interesting. And then now that begs the question for a lot of Caitlin Clark fans is, do you want to even see her come back? Like what this team's not. I hope I end up eating my words. I was going to say this team's not making a playoff run even with Caitlin Clark, but 10 games left. If they're fooling us a little bit, I'm losing my voice already, then maybe she's coming back sooner than we thought and she's ready to go and they make a run. We'll see. I don't know if it's a great thing for her to come back at all at this point, but let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going the wrong direction now, so help me out if you haven't already. I will talk to you later.